Captain Kim Tae-ho walked through the busy halls of Harmony Point Station. His boots made soft sounds on the metal floor as he moved past shops and stalls. The station was huge, with 3 levels connected by moving walkways. Aliens of all kinds walked around him. Some had 4 arms, others had scales or fur. A few floated in the air using small devices attached to their bodies. Tae-ho was not impressed by the strange sights anymore. He had been a space captain for 8 years. His ship, the New Soul, was docked at level 2 for repairs. The crew needed supplies and a few days of rest after 3 months in deep space. The human wore his clean blue uniform with silver buttons. His black hair was cut short in military style. At 35 years old, he was young for a ship captain, but his crew trusted him completely. They had been through many dangerous missions together. He stopped at a food stall run by a 6-legged alien with purple skin. The creature sold fruit that looked like earth oranges but tasted like chocolate. Tae-ho bought 3 pieces for his crew. As he put the fruit in his bag, he heard a small voice speaking broken galactic standard. "Please help me, tall person. I am lost." Tae-ho turned around. A small alien child stood near his leg. She was about 3 feet tall, with thin arms and legs. Her skin was pale blue and had moving patterns of light under the surface. The lights changed from blue to yellow as she looked up at him. Her large eyes were completely black with tiny silver dots that sparkled like stars. "Are you real human?" the child asked. Her voice was high and musical. "I hear humans are brave and help others." Tae-ho bent down to her level. He had never seen this type of alien before. The moving lights under her skin were beautiful, but also strange. "Yes, I am human. My name's Tae-ho. What is your name?" "I am Kira." The lights under her skin became brighter yellow. "My mother runs plant shop on level 1. I was looking at pretty crystals and got lost. Can you help me find her?" Tae-ho looked around. The station was very crowded. A small child could easily get lost here, and aliens walked by without looking at them. Some gave Tae-ho strange looks because humans were still new in this part of space. "Where is your mother's shop?" he asked. Kira's skin patterns turned orange, near the big water fountain with singing fish. "She sells medicine plants for many worlds. The shop has green lights outside." Tae-ho knew the fountain area. It was 20 minutes away by walking. "Okay, I will help you find your mother." Kira's whole body glowed bright gold. She clapped her hands together. "Thank you, kind human." I knew humans were good people. As they walked together, many aliens stared at them. Most had never seen a human helping an alien child. Humans had only joined the galactic community 5 years ago. Many species still did not trust them. Kira walked beside Tae-ho and asked many questions. "Do humans have families like other species? Do you have a mate and children? Some humans have families." "I do not have a mate or children yet." Tae-ho was surprised by her direct questions. "Why not? Are you too young? You look strong and healthy." Her skin patterns were now bright blue with swirls of green dot. Tae-ho laughed. "I have been too busy with my work. Space travel takes a lot of time. My father died when I was very small," Kira said. Her lights became dim purple. "My mother has been sad since then. She works all day and does not smile much anymore." "I am sorry about your father," Tae-ho said gently. "Thank you." "Do you think my mother is pretty?" "She has the most beautiful light patterns on our world. Other Valerian males wanted to court her, but she says she is not ready." "Valerian, is that your species name?" "Yes. We are from the planet Valera. Our skin shows our feelings with light and color. Happy feelings make bright colors. Sad feelings make dark colors." As she said this, her skin showed both bright yellow and dark purple at the same time. They reached the fountain area. The singing fish were small creatures that lived in the water and made musical sounds. Their songs echoed through the large open space. Many shops surrounded the fountain, and Tae-ho could see one with green lights. "There it is," Kira said, pointing to the shop. She ran ahead, her skin now bright gold with excitement. The shop was small but full of plants from different worlds. Some plants had flowers that glowed in the dark. Others had leaves that moved like they were dancing. The air smelled like flowers and fresh earth. Behind the counter stood a tall Valerian woman. She was much taller than her daughter, about 6 feet. Her skin was pale silver with elegant light patterns that moved slowly across her arms and face. When she saw Kira, her patterns became bright white with relief. "Kira, where have you been?" "I was so worried." The woman's voice was deeper than her daughter's, but just as musical. "Mother, this is Tahoe. He is a real human captain, and he helped me find you." Kira hugged her mother's legs. The woman looked at Tahoe with surprise. Her light patterns changed to soft pink with gold edges. "You helped my daughter?" "Thank you so much. I am Zaina. I'm Captain Kim Tahoe. Your daughter was lost near the food stalls. She is very brave and smart." Zena's patterns became brighter pink. "Please, let me give you something for your kindness. I have healing plants that might help your crew." "It is not necessary, but thank you," Tahoe said. He was interested in the plants around the shop. His ship's doctor might find them useful.
No.
"I insist. Helping a lost child is a great kindness." Zena moved around the shop, picking small bottles and packages. Her movements were graceful, like a dancer. Kira watched her mother and Tahoe talk. The child's skin patterns were now steady gold, which seemed to mean she was very happy about something. "Captain Tahoe, how long will your ship stay here?" Zena asked, as she prepared a small bag of medicines. 3 days for repairs."
Engineer
"Says we need new power cells. Then you must come back tomorrow. I want to give you more supplies for your crew. These plants can help with many health problems that happen during long space travel." Tahoe accepted the bag of medicines. As their hands touched briefly, Zena's light patterns flickered bright yellow for just a moment. "Thank you for your generosity," Tahoe said. "I will return tomorrow." Eyes. He walked away from the shop. Tahoe heard Kira talking excitedly to her mother. He could not understand their language. The child's skin was glowing so brightly that other aliens stopped to look. Tahoe smiled as he walked back to his ship. He had helped a lost child and met a kind shopkeeper. It had been a good day. He did not know that this simple act of kindness would soon change his life in ways he could never imagine. Back at the plant shop, 8. Kira was asking her mother many questions about the human captain. Zena's light patterns kept changing between pink and yellow as she thought about the kind stranger who had helped her daughter. The next morning, Captain Tahoe returned to Zena's plant shop. He brought Dr. Park Ji-yu with him. Dr. Park was the ship's doctor and scientist. She studied alien plants and animals. Her eyes grew wide when she saw all the different plants. In the small shop, "These are amazing," Dr. Park said in Galactic Standard. She looked at a plant with purple flowers that seemed to breathe. "I have never seen anything like this." Zena's light patterns turned bright yellow with pride. "That plant is from the gas giant Nephros. The flowers help people breathe in thin air. Very useful for space travelers." Dr. Park took out her scanner to study the plant, and I record its properties. This could help many humans on long space missions, of course. I am happy to share knowledge with other healers. Zena moved gracefully between her plants, explaining each one to the fascinated human doctor. Tahoe watched them work together. Zena knew so much about medicine and healing. Dr. Park asked smart questions and shared human medical knowledge. In return, both women seemed excited to learn from each other. Kira sat on a small chair near the counter. She watched Tahoe while the two women talked. Her skin patterns kept changing from blue to gold to green. Finally, she got up and walked to him. "Captain Tahoe, do you like my mother?" she asked in a quiet voice. Tahoe was surprised by the question. "Your mother is very kind and intelligent. She knows a lot about plants and healing. But do you think she is pretty?" Kira's skin turned bright pink with tiny sparkles. Tahoe looked at Zena. She was explaining something to Dr. Park with her hands moving like she was conducting music. Her light patterns flowed smoothly across her silver skin. When she smiled, her whole face seemed to glow. "Yes, she's very pretty," Tahoe said honestly. Kira clapped her hands together. Her skin became so bright that other customers in the shop turned to look. "I knew it. Your face gets soft when you look at her. My face gets soft." Yes, humans show feelings on their faces like we show feelings with our skin. Gentle, and you smile without knowing it. Tahoe touched his face. He had not realized he was smiling. Over the next 2 days, Tahoe visited the shop 3 more times. He brought different crew members each time. Engineer Lee Soo-jin was interested in plants that could help clean air on spaceships. Commander Choi Byung-ho wanted plants that could help soldiers stay alert during long missions. Each visit lasted longer than the last. Tae-ho found himself staying even after his crew members left. He enjoyed talking with Zena about different worlds and their plants. She had traveled to many places with her late husband, who had been a plant collector. My husband dreamed of creating a garden with plants from every world in the galaxy, Zena told him during his 4th visit. Light patterns turned soft, blue with memory. After he died, I continued his work in a small way with this shop. He would be proud of what you have built, Tae-ho said. You help many people with your knowledge. Zena's patterns brightened to warm gold. Thank you for saying that. It means very much to me. Kira watched these conversations with great interest. Her skin patterns stayed bright and happy whenever Tae-ho visited. She began asking him questions about human families and customs. Do humans choose their own mates? She asked on his 5th visit. Usually, yes. Humans marry for love, not because others tell them to. That is different from Valerians. Our families usually arrange marriages, but sometimes people choose for themselves. Kira's patterns turned thoughtful purple. My mother chose my father herself. Everyone said they were perfect together. What made them perfect together? They made each other better. My father was shy, but my mother helped him be brave. My mother was serious, but my father made her laugh. Together, they were stronger than apart. Tae-ho nodded. That sounds like true love, yes, Kira said, her skin glowing bright gold again. I want my mother to have that again. On the morning of his last day at the station, Tae-ho came to say goodbye. His ship would leave in a few hours. Dr. Park had already thanked Zena and exchanged contact information to continue sharing medical knowledge. Zena prepared a large bag of medicines for his crew. These will help on your long journey, she said. Her light patterns were dim yellow with sadness. Thank you for everything. Your kindness means very much to me and my crew. Will you come back to Harmony Point? Zena asked quietly. I hope so. My ship travels this route every 6 months. Zena's patterns brightened a little. I will save some special plants for you. While they talked, Kira disappeared into the back room. She came back carrying a small potted plant with silver leaves that sparkled in the light. This is for you, Captain Tae-ho, she said. It is called a memory flower. It will remind you of us during your travels. Tae-ho accepted the gift carefully. Thank you, Kira. I will take good care of it. Kira took a deep breath. Her skin patterns began cycling through many colors very quickly. Captain Tae-ho, I have an important question. What is it? Are you mated to anyone? Tae-ho blinked in surprise. No, I am not married or mated to anyone. Good, Kira said. Her patterns settled into bright gold with determination. I think you would be perfect for my mother. The shop became very quiet. Dr. Park, who was still packing her samples, stopped moving completely. Kira, Zena said in a warning voice. But Kira continued talking, her words coming fast. You are both kind and smart. You both help people. You make my mother's patterns brighter when you talk to her. You smile the soft smile when you look at her. Kira, please stop, Zena said. Her patterns were now flashing between embarrassment pink and worried purple. I watch people, Captain Tae-ho. I see how you and my mother fit together like puzzle pieces. My mother is lonely. She works all day, but she is not truly happy. When you are here, her light patterns are the most beautiful I have seen since my father died. Tae-ho looked at Zena, then back at Kira. Kira, these things are complicated between adults. If two people make each other happy and better, why is it complicated? Kira's patterns were now steady gold with complete sincerity. Before anyone could answer, 3 alien customers entered the shop. They had heard Kira's loud voice and were staring at the group with curiosity. Word began to spread quickly through the station that a young Valerian child had just asked a human captain to mate with her mother. Zena's patterns turned deep purple with distress. Tae-ho felt his face burning with embarrassment. Dr. Park looked fascinated by the cultural exchange, but worried about the diplomatic implications. Kira looked around at all the shocked faces. Her bright gold patterns began to dim as she realized she might have made a mistake. "Did I say something wrong?" she asked in a small voice. News of Kira's bold suggestion spread through Harmony Point Station like wildfire. Within 2 hours, everyone knew that a young Valerian child had asked a human captain to become her mother's mate. Some aliens found it amusing, others were shocked. Or worried. Captain Tejo sat in his ship's command room, staring at the communication screen. 3 different messages waited for him. The first was from Ambassador Yoon Harin, the senior human diplomat in this sector. The second came from the Valerian Council. The third was from Station Commander Vex, who ran Harmony Point. Dr. Park Ji-woo entered the command room. "Captain, the crew is asking questions. The whole station is talking about what happened in the plant shop." "I know," Tejo said quietly. "I never expected a child's innocent words to cause such problems. What will you do?" Tejo activated the first message. Ambassador Yoon's face appeared on the screen. She was a serious woman with gray hair and sharp eyes. She wore the formal, blue uniform of the Human Diplomatic Corps. "Captain Kim, I have received disturbing reports about your conduct on Harmony Point Station. Is it true that you are considering an inappropriate relationship with an alien civilian?" Tejo felt his anger rising. "Ambassador, I helped a lost child find her mother. The child made a suggestion that I never asked for or encouraged. Nevertheless, this situation creates diplomatic complications. Humans are still new to the galactic community. We cannot afford to appear unprofessional or to violate cultural norms of other species." "What cultural norms have been violated?" The Valerian Council has contacted me. They are concerned about the implications of interspecies relationships. They worry that such arrangements could harm both our peoples. Tejo closed the communication without responding. He was tired of politicians making decisions about his personal life. The second message was from Elder Thomases, a high-ranking member of the Valerian Council. The elderly Valerian's skin patterns were deep purple with formal silver edges. His voice was cold and disapproving. "Captain Kim, the Valerian Council is disturbed by recent events. The widow Zena and her child have brought shame upon our people. By suggesting inappropriate relationships with aliens, we strongly advise you to avoid further contact with them." "It is ridiculous," Dr. Park said after the message ended. A child asked an innocent question. "Why are these leaders so upset?" "Because they fear change," Tejo replied. "Both humans and Valerians are afraid of anything different." Meanwhile, in the plant shop, Zena faced her own problems. Elder Thomases had sent a representative to speak with her. The official was a middle-aged Valerian woman named Lyra. Her skin patterns were formal silver with no warmth. "Zena, you must control your child better," Lyra said. "Her public behavior has embarrassed our entire species." "Kira is young and innocent. She meant no harm," Zena replied. Her own patterns were dim blue with worry. "Innocent or not, she's created a diplomatic incident. The Council expects you to make a public statement rejecting any possibility of an interspecies relationship." Zena's patterns flashed bright red with anger. "I will not make such a statement. I have done nothing wrong," you encouraged the human. "Captain's visits to your shop? You allowed this situation to develop? I was kind to a customer who helped my daughter. It is not a crime." Lyra's patterns became darker silver. "The Council will not tolerate defiance. If you do not cooperate, we will recommend that your business license be revoked." After Lyra left, Zena closed her shop early. She found Kira sitting quietly in the back room. The child's skin patterns were dark gray with purple edges. She had not spoken since the incident in the shop. "Kira, are you feeling well?" Zena asked softly. Kira looked up with sad eyes. "I made everything bad, didn't I, Mother?" "No, my dear one. You did nothing wrong, but everyone is angry. The other Valerian children at the station won't play with me anymore. They say I am strange and bring shame to our people." Zena's heart broke seeing her daughter's pain. She sat beside Kira and held her close. "You are not strange. You are kind and honest. Sometimes adults make simple things complicated. Do you like Captain Tejo, Mother?" Zena's patterns flickered between pink and gold. "Yes, I do like him. He is a good man." "Then why is everyone upset about it?" "'Cause some people believe that different species should not become close friends or mates. They think it will cause problems." Kira's patterns became even darker. I just wanted you to be happy like you were with father. Dr. Park visited the plant shop that evening. She found Zena cleaning her shelves with slow, sad movements. The doctor's face showed concern. How are you doing, Zena? I am managing. How is Captain Tejo? He is upset about the political pressure. Doesn't like people telling him who he can or cannot care about. Zena's patterns brightened slightly. He is a proud man. I respect that about him, Zena. I have been studying Valerian culture and biology. I am worried about Kira. What do you mean? Dr. Park took out her medical scanner. Young Valerians, who experience severe emotional distress, can develop a condition called pattern lock. Their skin patterns become permanently dark, and they lose the ability to show emotions properly. Zena's patterns flashed white with fear. How do you know this? I have been researching your species to better understand the medicines you gave us. Pattern lock is rare but serious. It can lead to social isolation and eventually death. Can prevent it? The research says that young Valerians need to see their community and family working together to solve problems. If Kira continues to believe that she has harmed the people she loves, her condition could worsen. Zena looked toward the back room where Kira was sleeping. Her daughter's skin patterns had been getting darker each day. What should I do? I think you and Captain Tejo need to show everyone that interspecies friendship is positive, not harmful. You need to prove that different peoples can work together and help each other. But how? The Council wants me to reject any relationship with humans. The human ambassador wants Captain Tejo to avoid us. Dr. Park smiled. Maybe it's time to stop listening to politicians and start listening to scientists. I have an idea, but it will require courage from both of you. Back on the New Sol, Engineer Lee Soo-jin entered the command room. She was a practical woman who rarely got involved in personal matters, but she had been thinking about the situation all day. Captain, I have a suggestion, she said. What is it? Instead of treating this as a diplomatic problem, why don't we treat it as an opportunity? An opportunity for what? To show that humans and other species can work together successfully. To prove that personal relationships between species can benefit everyone? Tejo looked interested. How? The station has many problems that need solving. Environmental issues, medical challenges, technical difficulties. What if you and Zena worked together to solve some of these problems? You could show that interspecies cooperation makes everyone stronger. Tejo considered this idea. That might work. But first, I need to make sure Kira is safe and healthy. Then we should start tomorrow. The longer we wait, the worse this situation will become. As night fell on Harmony Point Station, 3 groups of people were making plans. The politicians wanted to end the controversy quickly. The scientists wanted to prove that cooperation was better than separation. And in a small plant shop, a young Valerian child lay awake, her skin patterns growing darker with each passing hour. Captain Tejo made his decision the next morning. He would not let politicians decide his future or put an innocent child in danger. He requested an official meeting with Ambassador Yoon and Elder Thomas's. The meeting would take place in the station's diplomatic hall. Dr. Park prepared her research about Valerian health and interspecies cooperation. Engineer Lee gathered examples of successful joint projects between different alien species. They wanted to show that working together made everyone stronger. At the plant shop, Zena tried to wake Kira for breakfast. The child's skin patterns were now completely gray, with only faint purple lines. She barely responded when her mother spoke to her. Kira, please eat something, Zena said with worry in her voice. I am not hungry, Mother. My stomach feels sick. Kira's voice was very quiet and weak. Dr. Park arrived at the shop with her medical equipment. She scanned Kira carefully and showed the results to Zena. Her biological patterns are very unstable. The pattern lock is beginning to affect her nervous system. What does that mean? If we cannot help her soon, the damage could become permanent. She needs to believe that she helped people instead of hurting them. Zena's skin patterns flashed bright red with determination. Then we must prove that her suggestion was good, not bad. The diplomatic meeting began at noon in the station's largest conference room. Ambassador Yoon sat on one side of the table, with 2 human officials. Elder Thomases sat across from them with his Valerian advisors. Station Commander Vex, a blue-skinned alien with 4 arms, led the meeting. Tejo entered the room wearing his formal captain's uniform. Behind him walked Dr. Park with her research materials and Engineer Lee with her project examples.
This
Meeting will address the cultural incident involving Captain Kim and the Valerian civilians. Commander Vex announced. Ambassador Yoon spoke first. The Human Diplomatic Corps believes this situation must end immediately. Captain Kim should transfer to a different route to avoid further complications. Elder Thomases nodded agreement. The Valerian Council demands that the widow Xena make a public statement rejecting any relationship with humans. Her child must also apologize for her inappropriate suggestion. Tejo stood up. I request permission to speak. Commander Vex gestured for him to continue. I helped a lost child find her mother. That child made an innocent observation about friendship and compatibility. Now you want to punish her and her mother for kindness and honesty. Captain, you do not understand the cultural implications, Ambassador Yoon said. I understand that a young Valerian is becoming seriously ill because adults are making her feel guilty for wanting her mother to be happy. Dr. Park activated her. Display screen. May I present medical evidence? She showed scans of Kira's declining health patterns. This child is developing pattern lock syndrome. Young Valerians can die from this condition if the emotional stress continues. Elder Thomases looked uncomfortable. Pattern lock is very serious. But the child brought this upon herself with inappropriate behavior. She asked an innocent question, Engineer Lee said.
Act.
In human culture, children often suggest matches for their parents. It is considered normal and even sweet. We are not humans, Elder Thomases replied coldly. Dr. Park continued her presentation. I have also researched successful interspecies partnerships. The medical benefits alone are remarkable. She showed examples of joint research projects, shared technologies, and medical breakthroughs that happened when different species worked together. The plant medicines that Xena shared with our crew could help millions of humans. Knowledge could help Valerians treat diseases that have puzzled them for centuries. This is all theoretical, Ambassador Yoon said. No, it is not, Tejo replied. Xena and Dr. Park have already begun collaborative research. They have identified 3 new treatments for common space travel illnesses. Engineer Lee added, our species have different strengths. Humans are good at engineering and problem solving. Valerians understand biology and environmental science. Together we could solve problems that neither species can handle alone. Commander Vex looked interested. What kind of problems? Harmony Point Station has water recycling issues, Lee explained. Human technology could improve the filtration systems. Valerian plant knowledge could create biological filters that work better than mechanical ones. Dr. Park nodded.
We could
Also address the medical challenges that affect multiple species here. Many aliens get sick from breathing recycled air for too long. Xena knows plants that could improve air quality naturally. Elder Thomases considered this information. Even if such cooperation were beneficial, it does not address the social implications of personal relationships between species. At that moment, the conference room door opened. Xena entered, carrying Kira in her arms. The child's skin was now completely gray with no light patterns at all. She looked very weak and small. I request permission to speak for my daughter, Xena said. Commander Vex allowed her to approach the table. Xena set Kira down gently. The child swayed on her feet but managed to stand. When she spoke, her voice was barely a whisper. Honored elders, I am sorry if my words caused trouble. I only wanted my mother to be happy like she was with my father. She paused to catch her breath. I watched Captain Tejo and my mother work together. They helped each other learn new things. They smiled when they talked. They both became better when they were together. Kira looked directly at Elder Thomases. Is it wrong to want people to help each other? Is it bad to want different kinds of people to be friends? The room became very quiet. Even the politicians seemed moved by the sick child's simple questions. I know I am just a child, Kira continued. But I see things that adults sometimes. Miss Captain Tejo and my mother make each other stronger. Isn't that what good partnerships should do? Elder Thomases looked at the gray, lifeless child. In Valerian culture, the happiness and health of children was considered sacred. Seeing Kira so sick because of adult decisions troubled him deeply. Ambassador. Yoon also seemed uncomfortable. The child's obvious illness made the political concerns seem less important. What do you propose we do? Commander Vex asked Taeho. Let us prove that interspecies cooperation works. Give Zena and my crew 1 month to work together on station problems. Judge our success by results, not by fear, Dr. Park added. If we can show concrete benefits from our collaboration, perhaps other species will be more open to similar partnerships. Elder Thomases looked at his advisors, then back at Kira. 1 month. But if there are any problems or complaints, the arrangement ends immediately. Ambassador Yoon reluctantly agreed. The human diplomatic corps will monitor the situation closely. As the meeting ended, Kira managed a small smile. For the first time in days, tiny spots of pale gold appeared in her gray skin patterns. Was still very sick, but the promise of hope had given her a little strength. Taeho knelt beside her. We will prove that your idea was good, Kira. You helped bring people together instead of driving them apart. The child nodded weakly. I hope. So, Captain Taeho, I just want everyone to be happy and help each other. The real work would begin tomorrow. 2 weeks into their cooperation project, disaster struck Harmony Point Station. A strange illness began affecting aliens from many different species. The victims developed severe headaches, memory loss, and difficulty speaking. The station's medical center was overwhelmed. Dr. Park worked day and night trying to understand the disease. She tested dozens of patients but could not find the cause. The illness attacked the nervous system, but it affected each species differently. I need help, Dr. Park told Taeho during an emergency meeting. This disease is unlike anything in human medical records. Ow! I immediately thought of Zena. What about Valerian medical knowledge? They might have experience with neurological diseases. I was hoping you would suggest that. Zena has been studying the sick patients too. She thinks some of her medicinal plants might help, but she needs to understand human brain chemistry better. They found Zena in her shop, surrounded by medical books and plant samples. Kira sat nearby, helping organize bottles of medicine. The child's health had improved slightly since the diplomatic meeting. Her skin now showed faint patterns of pale blue and silver. Dr. Park, I have been reading about this illness, Zena said. 300 years ago, Valerians faced a similar disease. It nearly destroyed our civilization. How did your people cure it? We discovered that the disease was caused by exposure to certain space radiations combined with artificial air recycling. The combination created toxins that damaged brain tissue. Dr. Park checked her readings. Harmony Point has been using new air recycling equipment for 6 months. The radiation levels from nearby solar flares have also increased. That matches the old Valerian records exactly, Zena confirmed. How did your people treat it? Showed them a plant with delicate white flowers. This is called memory moss. It grows only on asteroids with specific mineral content. The plant naturally filters toxins from nervous systems. But how did you give it to patients? That was the problem. Memory moss is toxic unless prepared correctly. Valerian biology can process the plant safely, but other species might die from it. Dr. Park studied her scanner readings. What if we combined Valerian plant preparation with human medical delivery methods? We could extract the healing compounds and modify them for different species. That might work, Zena said excitedly, but we would need to test it carefully. Taeho watched the two women work together. They shared ideas and built on each other's knowledge. Neither could solve the problem alone. But together they found possibilities. For the next 3 days, they worked without rest. Zena prepared plant extracts using traditional Valerian methods. Dr. Park modified the compounds for human, reptilian, and insectoid biologies. Engineer Lee built special equipment to deliver the medicine safely. Kira helped by organizing supplies and carrying messages between the team members. Her skin patterns grew brighter each day as she saw adults working together instead of fighting. The first test subject was a human cargo worker who had become very sick. Dr. Park administered the modified memory moss extract through a special injection system that Lee had designed. Within hours, the patient's headaches decreased. After 12 hours, his memory began to return. After 24 hours, he could speak normally again. "It works," Dr. Park announced to the team, "but we need to modify the formula for each species." They treated 50 patients over the next week. Each species required different modifications, but the basic memory moss extract helped all of them. Word spread quickly through the station that the human Valerian medical team had found a cure. Elder Thomases arrived at the medical center to see the results himself. He found Xena and Dr. Park working side by side, treating patients from 12 different species. Their collaboration was saving lives. "This is remarkable," he admitted to Tejo. "I did not believe that interspecies cooperation could be so effective." Xena's knowledge of plants and Dr. Park's understanding of biology complement each other perfectly, Tejo explained. Neither could have solved this problem alone. Ambassador Yoon also visited the medical center. She watched human and Valerian methods being combined to help alien patients. "I must admit that I was wrong to oppose this partnership," she told Tae-Ho. As the crisis ended, Kira's health improved dramatically. Her skin patterns returned to normal colors, and she began playing with other children again. The stations. Alien families thanked her personally for suggesting the partnership that led to the cure. "You were right, little one," an elderly reptilian told her. "Sometimes different people working together can do amazing things." Kira's skin glowed bright gold with happiness. "Right. I knew Captain Tejo and my mother would help many people together." The success of their medical collaboration led to other joint projects. Xena and engineer Lee worked together to create biological air filters for the station. Dr. Park and Valerian scientists began researching treatments for other space travel diseases. Station. Commander Vex officially recognized the human Valerian partnership as a permanent program. "This cooperation has made Harmony Point safer and healthier for everyone," he announced. But the most important change was in how other species viewed interspecies relationships. Aliens who had been suspicious of humans began to see them as valuable partners. Valerians who had feared change began to embrace new possibilities. Tejo and Xena found their personal relationship, growing stronger through their professional collaboration. They discovered that they shared similar values about helping others and protecting the innocent. Their different backgrounds gave them unique perspectives that made them both better at their work. "Kira was right about us," Xena told Tejo. One evening, as they watched the child play with friends from several different species, "She saw something that we adults missed," Tejo agreed. "Sometimes the wisdom of children is clearer than the fears of grown-ups." Kira ran up to them, her skin sparkling with joy. "Are you going to be my human father now?" she asked Tejo directly. Tejo and Xena looked at each other. They had not discussed their personal future yet, but the question seemed natural and right. "Would you like that?" Tejo asked gently. "Yes, very much. You make my mother happy and you help many people. It makes you perfect for our family." Xena's skin patterns showed deep pink with gold edges, the Valerian expression of pure contentment. "I think Kira speaks for both of us." As the three of them watched the sunset through the station's great windows, other families gathered nearby. Humans, Valerians, reptilians, and insectoids all shared the same space peacefully. The barriers between species seemed smaller and less important than before. The young alien's bold request changed more than just 3 lives. It had opened a door to new possibilities for everyone. 6 months after Kira's bold proposal, Harmony Point Station prepared for its first interspecies partnership ceremony. Captain Tejo and Xena would officially become partners in both personal and professional ways. Their union would create a new model for relationships between different species. The ceremony took place in the station's main plaza, near the fountain with singing fish where Tejo had first met. Kira representatives from dozens of species came to witness the historic event. Many brought gifts and good wishes from their homeworlds. Kira wore a special dress made from silver cloth that matched her natural skin patterns. She carried flowers from her mother's shop, including the memory moss that had helped save so many lives. Her skin glowed with steady gold patterns, showing pure happiness. "Are you nervous, Mother?" Kira asked as they prepared for the ceremony. Xena's skin showed calm blue with sparkles of excited yellow. "A little nervous, but mostly happy. This feels right. I knew it would be right. I am good at seeing when people fit together." Dr. Park and Engineer Lee served as witnesses for Taeho. They had worked closely with the new family over the past months and had become close friends. Dr. Park wore her formal medical uniform with special badges showing her collaboration with Valerian. Scientist Ambassador Yoon attended the ceremony as an official representative of humanity. She had changed her opinion about interspecies relationships after seeing the successful medical collaboration. "This partnership represents the best of both our peoples," she announced to the gathered crowd. Elder Thomases performed the Valerian part of the ceremony. His skin pattern showed formal silver with warm gold edges, indicating official approval mixed with personal happiness. "Today we witness the joining of two hearts that have already proven their strength together." The ceremony combined human and Valerian traditions. Taeho and Xena exchanged promises to support each other's dreams and work together for the good of all people. They planted a tree together, using soil from both Earth and Valara, symbolizing growth that honored both their backgrounds. When they kissed to seal their partnership, Kira clapped her hands and glowed so brightly that several aliens shielded their eyes. The singing fish in the fountain seemed to sing louder, as if celebrating with them. After the ceremony, many species approached the new family with requests for similar partnership programs. The success of the human-Valerian collaboration had inspired others to consider new possibilities. A group of insectoid scientists wanted to work with human engineers on new space travel technologies. Reptilian doctors hoped to learn from both human and Valerian medical techniques. Even the mysterious cloud beings expressed interest in cultural exchange. "We will help coordinate these partnerships," Xena promised the interested aliens. "Everyone deserves the chance to learn from each other." Commander Vex announced that Harmony Point would become the official center for interspecies partnership programs. "This station has proven that different peoples can work together successfully. We will welcome anyone who wants to build bridges." Instead of walls, Taeho's ship, the New Soul, received a new mission assignment. Instead of simple exploration, they would travel between worlds to establish partnership programs and help solve problems that required multiple species working together. Dr. Park accepted a permanent position as the Director of Interspecies Medical Research. She would split her time between space travel and working at the new research center on Harmony. Point. Engineer Lee volunteered to train other engineers in combining different species technologies. Her biological air filters, created with Valerian plant knowledge, were already being installed on ships throughout the galaxy. As the celebration continued into the evening, Kira found herself surrounded by children from many different species. They all wanted to hear the story of how she had brought her mother and the human captain together. "I just asked a simple question," Kira told them. "I asked if Captain Taeho would be good for my mother. Sometimes simple questions have big answers." Young reptilian child raised his clawed hand. "How did you know they would be good together? I watched them. When they were together, they both became happier and stronger. They helped each other learn new things. They made each other better." Insectoid child clicked her mandibles thoughtfully. "Could other species be good together too?" "Of course," Kira said, her skin glowing with certainty. "Good hearts recognize other good hearts, no matter what they look like on the outside." Later that night, the new family sat together in their expanded quarters on the station. Taeho had moved his personal belongings from the ship. Xena had relocated her shop to a larger space that could accommodate both botanical work and medical research. "What do you think will happen next?" Xena asked, as they watched Kira arrange her collection of gifts from the ceremony. "I think we will help many more people find ways to work together," Taeho replied. Kira started something that will spread. Throughout the galaxy, Kira looked up from her gifts. "Can we visit Earth and Valara together? I want to see both worlds that made my new family." "We will visit both worlds," Taeho promised. "You should learn about all the places that are part of your heritage. We will bring gifts from each world to the other," Xena added. Cultural exchange works both ways. Kira's skin patterns showed thoughtful purple mixed with excited gold. Do you think other children will ask bold questions like I did?
I hope so.
Tejo said. Children often see possibilities that adults miss. Good. The galaxy needs more bold questions and fewer scared answers. As they prepared for sleep, Kira made one more request. Can we send a message to all the children on all the worlds? I want to tell them that different peoples can be family together. What would you tell them? Zena asked. Kira thought carefully before answering. I would tell them to look for the good in everyone, even if they are different. I would tell them that asking questions is not wrong, even if adults get nervous. And I would tell them that love makes families, not just biology. Tejo smiled as he tucked the wise child into her bed. Those are very good messages, Kira. Will you help me send them? We will help you send them to every world we visit, Zena promised. 6 months later, the new soul traveled between star systems, carrying families from mixed species. Human-Valerian partnerships were no longer unusual. Reptilian and Insectoid research teams worked on dozens of projects. Even the cloud beings had formed friendships with several solid matter species. Kira traveled with her parents, serving as an unofficial ambassador for interspecies understanding. Wherever they went, she told the story of how a simple question changed everything. Children throughout the galaxy began asking their own bold questions. Why can't we be friends with the aliens in the next system? Could our peoples work together to solve this problem? Would it be wrong to fall in love with someone who looks different? Adults learned to listen to these questions instead of dismissing them. They discovered that children often saw solutions that political fears had hidden. The galaxy became a smaller, friendlier place. Species that had been suspicious of each other for centuries began to cooperate. Problems that had seemed impossible were solved through combined knowledge and effort. And it all started with one young Valerian's innocent observation: "You're ideal for my mother. Human. Are you unattached? Would you be her mate?" Sometimes the most important questions come from the most unexpected sources. Sometimes the boldest requests lead to the most beautiful answers. And sometimes a child's simple wish for her mother's happiness can change an entire galaxy. Kira was right about many things, but she was especially right about this. Good hearts recognize other good hearts, no matter what they look like on the outside.